Okay, we had some technical difficulties. Seems we were looping back the Hangout on one of the pages, so it kind of messed things up a little. And I'm gonna have to go put the new link on the event page because it seems we have changed our location for the Hangout. Um, I don't know if anybody's gonna be able to find me or not now that uh, well, the page I made is actually changed to a new page. And it's almost like Google knew we was gonna have this problem. And it had two events up, and I didn't set up two events. So I'm gonna post new event location due to technical difficulties. Um, I hope I got the right page. Yep, this is the live one. Okay, let me get this link. So if someone goes to the the original, it'll actually have the link to come over to here. And we'll get started in just a minute. I can't believe that just happened. It's weird. It was really weird. But if they when they come to the original event page, there's a link there to tell them to come over to the new event page. It's funny, I had two of them up, and I know I didn't set two up. I kept editing the event, and maybe it got looped up somehow and created two of them. I don't know. But anyway, things happen, and we're here now. We're here now. Let's see, my little nephew has found his way to my event. He's got a picture of my sister up. Oh my goodness. Oh no, that's him. Oh my God, he looks just like his mother. That's my nephew. BMB is my nephew. I'm gonna do a shout out to Bennett, and glad to see you. Participating in some online activity. You done migrated from you're getting to learn the internet pretty well, Bennett. I'm proud of you. But that is just so strange that I had two. Oh, you know what, guys? I think what it is, I had set up the event days ago and forgot I had done it. So I guess it's a good thing that I had done it then, because then I set up a event page tonight. And Terry, you can't unmute now. I found out what the problem was, and it wasn't you. Are you there, Terry?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you just fine.
Good.
I had another tab open, and when the event went live, it started playing through my computer.
Oh.
Yeah, because we're fine now. I closed that tab up, and that was just really crazy. I was like, oh my God, what is going on? But what had happened was I had I was trying to check something, and I had the event up, and when it went live on the page.
I see.
So it looped back through my speaker, and we was getting an echo of me.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is, what can I say? But anyway, and my it had crashed and everything. It's just a whole bunch of stuff. I couldn't believe. But we're here now. You gotta take the bitter with the sweet. I've had a busy day today in Amazon. It must be hunting season
It is hunting season.
because I have sold 4 hunting vests today.
Mm.
And I thought, wow, this is crazy. These vests are just going out the door. But anyway, how was your day today, Terry?
My day was very busy.
Was it? So
Yeah.
why don't you tell us about your day? What did you do?
I've been working on my Amazon listing. I'm a newbie. And then I had to go and take some time out for myself. And
Uh-huh.
I came home and here I am. I'm a little
Okay.
tired. Excuse me, I apologize for that. But I'm a little tired. But, that's how the day goes. A nice sunshine outside. Had to get out in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went out and about for a minute today. I was visiting with my daughter's boyfriend's family, and they're kicking in to help them, which is nice to know that they can rely on someone to help them. Let me close these tabs up so I don't have that problem again, because it definitely kicked in real crazy. We have invited some other people to join us tonight, and one of them did say they'd be here, but they have to get off of work. No, he has to get home from school. He had a situation trying to get the Q&A up. Okay, so if anybody asks questions, it'll come through. One of the things I wanted to talk about tonight was relationships, family relationships. I had a meeting today with my children, including my one in New York. We got him on the speakerphone of Skype, and my goddaughter's here, so she refereed everybody. And it's funny how events happen in the family, and everybody has their own version of what it was. And it looks like, the common denominator of it all tends to be the bad person. And I was trying to understand what is really going on here when you have all the children pointing the finger at one of the adults in the family. And according to the children, they're the reason that they're screwed up. I won't use the word, but I wanted to use, but that's the reason they are messed up. And the relationship is strained. Now, of course, I'm referring to my own family. And I'm just trying to understand, when you bring children in the world and you do everything, the best that you can do, and then they grow up, and now it's their turn to take the reins and do what they can do for themselves. How do we come to the point where we blame our parents for what's wrong in our lives on
Well,
on the basis that they raised us, the way they raised us.
well, I look at this way. Um, they said when we get old, is if we get old up in age, our
Uh,
ch- our children become our parents.
what'd you say?
I said as we get older in age,
Uh,
our children become our parents.
oh, that's true because I took care of my dad till he died, and technically the role changed
Yeah,
where I was the caregiver, and he pretty much had to depend on me for everything, and
yeah,
he hated it
yeah, but
because he was a very proud and independent man.
yeah, but the thing about it is, but you still give him that respect.
And that's what I want to lead up to, Terry. I want to lead up to we still even if they are um, handicapped in their ability to care for themselves and limited in their ability to do the things that they used to do, we are still supposed to respect our parents
Yeah,
because I am a spiritual being having a human experience, and one of the laws that are laid down for me is respect your parents, so your days shall be long. Which, funny that now that I just said those words, not word for word as it is in scripture, but what I'm saying is that's a law that's set down for us to follow by our Creator, given through His Son, and is spiritually inspired in the writings that creates the Bible. And that's one of the 10 Commandments, that we are to honor thy mother and father, so our days be long. But at the same time in Scripture, it does say that we are not allowed to tempt our children. And a lot of that is going on as well today. That I think when the situation began to be children raising children, because this teen pregnancy thing kicked in, I can go back to maybe late 70s. I saw a dramatic climb in teen pregnancy. It might have been even earlier than that. But for me, I seen it happening around the late 70s, early 80s. And one of the things that I was very aware of, as a parent, that the younger the parent would be, the less they would be have the ability to teach their children and in the formative years. And what I mean from the age 1 to 6, because technically it's been statistically proven that whatever you teach your children in the way of value, morals and values, before the age of 6, that is what will carry them through life.
yeah, but
And
the thing about it is, how can a child can raise another child?
exactly, exactly. That's why I think we have such a dramatic shift in the ability of children realizing they are to respect their parents,
Yeah,
because they're being born to children 12, as young as 12. I mean, now pregnancy is starting. Some girls are as young as 9, and that is eroding our system, our fundamental system, in what we can, do. The other quote I have that just popped in my head was, "It takes a village to raise a child," and that means that everybody has to pitch in and help raise the children. But if we're not all on the same page, and we're not passing down legacy of values and morals and honor and respect, the children are getting lost.
Yeah, they get lost because they don't know how. They don't know which way to turn.
Because nobody's teaching them. And we're dependent upon a failed educational system to do the job that parents used to do. In fact, I can go back and say the grandparent was the honor in the family because they were older, they had gotten old enough to know what they needed to know to teach the grandchildren because they've gone through their life experiences and they've come out of them, maybe a little banged up and scarred, but they've come to a point of wisdom. And that's that's where a lot of that is missing today. Grandparents are 35 years old. That's when parents used to kick in. The parent role used to kick in. And what I'm leading up to is how ungrateful our children are today. They're forgetting. And I'm sitting here and I'm saying, I taught what I was taught. And somewhere along the way, there was a breakdown in that communication. Now my daughters say that there's a breakdown in our communication. For me, I experienced some turbulent times when I was younger, raising my children through a bad divorce. And my children were damaged out of that. Divorce it's rough. It's rough on the children. It's rougher on the children than it is the adults. When you have one parent that uses the children as ammunition against the other parent. And it's very painful because when one parent does not see the damage they're doing to the children, and the other parent is trying to save the children from the hatred that they're in the middle of. And on top of that, you got a legal system that don't care about you, neither one of y'all. They just want to own your children. Okay? And that was big in the 80s. If you remember the McMartin story.
Yeah.
That was the cornerstone for how rampant it became a witch hunt on the American family to take the children from the parents. And today they've conquered this so well. Today they have actually started horning in on the youngest of parents because they don't know. They don't know their legal rights. They don't know, now when if you're under the age of 18 and you don't have a parent that's caring and loving, you're subject to lose your child only on the basis of the fact that you're unequipped and underage. And I worry about that because when you don't know where you're coming from, and you could later on in life run across your brother, your sister, you could end up in a romantic relationship with someone that could be related to you.
That's true. But the problem, you know what today is, Deborah?
Terry, it's very hard to hear you. Are you near your mic?
I was trying to do something. Do you know what today is?
Okay, now I can hear you much better.
Good.
What is today?
You know what today is?
Day. What? I'm not understanding what you're saying.
You know what today is?
Today is
a special event today. The 1 Million Man March in Washington.
that happened today?
Yes.
Well, I don't watch the news, so I might not know about that. I didn't see any advertisement of it on the
Yeah,
internet.
yeah. My neighbor went today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he went, and he's just getting back. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, I was telling him some of the people that was there. He said, "If I didn't know any better, were you here?" No, I wasn't here. But basically, the speakers that I did hear are saying that it's time to get back into the community and raise our children in a village. Raise our
Yeah,
children.
that's what I'm saying because not to cut you off, and I apologize for that. That's what I'm leading up to.
Yeah,
Is we as you know, when I really think about it, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we came here. That human experience has to be a part of giving back.
yeah.
The best way to give back is to the children that are coming behind us.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that the Million Man March was today, and I hope they videotaped it or something that I can catch it later on the internet. Because I'm glad to see that they felt follow through with another event.
Yeah,
What number is this one? Because I know they did the first one some many years ago.
20 years ago.
20 years today.
I went to the 1 million women march.
You went to the what?
To the women million march in Philadelphia.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
very good.
While I was there, I had opportunity to meet some of my online friends. The people I was talking to online, I met them there.
Uh huh.
It,
Well, that's a good idea to set up where you can hook up with the people that you meet
yeah,
online, but you've never seen them in person,
right.
and that's a perfect event. How was that event, Terry? Tell us about it.
It was cold, of course, but it was so filling. You had so much love in the air for one another.
Uh huh.
hmm And everybody was everybody was happy, and like it's supposed to be. It reminds you of the Tyler Perry movie of Reunion.
Mm.
And I mentioned that earlier to someone today about the family reunion.
Mm-hmm.
That was a million woman's march was about. You know, uh, love your brother, hug them, and if you need help in hand, don't be afraid to ask. And it was a harmonious day that day.
Mm-hmm.
But as usual, people get back into their grime and do what they do.
And that's the sad part about it. We go to an event like that and we experience some love and unity, and then we get back to life.
Get back to life.
And it's sad because we should be able to experience that every day.
Every
How do we get to the point that we can experience that every day? People are so bruised and banged up and bogged down with life.
yeah.
And I wonder, how do we get back to where we're supposed to be?
Well, because everybody has different problems, and that some people can solve them, some people can't.
Well, do you think that the circumstances of that is because we have forgotten how to help one another?
Yep. See, back in the day we couldn't get our own transportation. We had to make our own transportation.
We
We
had what?
were forced to look at each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You
Can
know.
you hear that background noise in my house?
Yes.
I got three girls in the living room. They in there with the TV and loud, so I apologize. But I guess the meeting that I had with my daughters is taking me down a path that, I'm a little troubled by. Um, but at the same time, I'm grateful that my daughters love me and I love them, and that we could open up to each other. Some of us cried, some of us became angry, uh, and we got some work to do. Let me just put it like that. We got some
Oh, if
serious.
you have a chance to watch TD Jakes with the Braxton sisters,
Say that again.
TD Jakes with the Braxton girls, daughters,
Yeah.
and he said you're very. I saw it before. I saw that clip before. I was going through the room, and my daughter had it on, and he told him you are grateful to wear the clothes you're wearing. You're grateful to have money in your bank. Something to that effect.
Hmm.
And you're taking it for granted. And this way you treat each other. Instead of loving each other, you treat each other and tear each other down.
Yeah. Yeah. That's happening a lot these days.
Yeah.
I think that people have gotten in their head that the more they acquire, it makes them more important. When in reality, I had a cousin that taught me this. He said that real money, and when I say real money, I mean people with that are rich. They're not running around telling everybody, "Look what I got. I
No.
got that. I got that." Because in a world that will beat you up, kick you around, and people want what you got, they don't love you for what they're not happy for you.
No.
I made that mistake for many years. I would be so excited and happy when I would progress successfully. And I would share with other people with the expectation of thinking they were happy for me.
Hey, could you close your door?
Yeah, I did close the door. I'm gonna go in here and say something to them real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Okay.
They in there all happy. I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad they are because we covered some ground on some serious topics.
Good.
And based on everybody, including my son. But I'm so proud of my son. He is really mature. He shared with them. He really does know me. He really does know me. And he was telling his sisters about me. And I had no qualms with what he was saying, whether it was positive or negative, because it was me. He's learned how to share what he has to say without being hateful. And you know, Chris has really grown up. I'm very proud of him. I'm proud of my girls too. Don't get me wrong. It's just a lot more emotion going on there, and he made comment of that. The I've been successful in my life, and I gave a lot, and now it's my turn, and I'm not what I was. And I'm comfortable with that too. Um, because for one, my health is failing. So I can't do the things I used to do. I can't make the kind of money I used to make. I'm comfortable. I'm not trying to kill myself anymore trying to do that. So I've learned how to be at peace with myself because I know everything comes from God anyway. And he has me right where he wants me. But you know, and then my mother always said you can't buy your children.
No, you can't.
You know, and I think I made that mistake. I gave so much, and now they want more than I have the ability to give them. And I told them, you know, working with y'all and understanding where you're coming from, understand this. I did the best that I could do, and now it's your turn. I can only love you now. I believe that I did a good job. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know, and that was truly in my younger days. Don't know what you don't know. I made a lot of mistakes because when my cousin was sharing with me about wealth, and he was saying, real money don't go flaunting them, don't go out there and flaunt them. They're worth millions, and they're so humble because they don't want nobody hating on them. And that's the type of society we live in now. He has friends that are worth millions. Uh, and they're very you know, they're very down to earth. I think it's a situation where the you know money can come and go in spurts, especially when as an entrepreneur. And when you have a good lick, as they say on the street, you can make $1 million in a month, and it'd be gone the next month. That's not real money. Real money is money that's been built over time. That it's made money off of money, and that's what he has long money. You know. The other thing too is when you make big money, how much of that money are you getting to keep? And that's not taught either. You got to learn how to keep some of that money because as you get older, things definitely do change. It's funny, nobody could have never told me at the age of 28 that in just 30 more years, I would have health issues that would prevent me from doing what I love to do. And I would have to find a new career, which is now on here online. And it's a big learning curve, but it's growing every day. And I know those of you that are out there that are struggling trying to understand how this process works. If you haven't made any money online, I can remember the day I made my first dollar online, and you couldn't tell me nothing. It wasn't much money. It was a small sale, but I was in such joy because I had finally crossed that hurdle. And I realized that I was enjoying what I was doing. But it's a lot more to it than that when it comes to stability of income. That income that comes in on a regular to support you and what you do.
But the thing about it, Deborah, is whether it's online or offline, is how you take care of your money. How money take care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you got to let money make you money.
Yeah.
We've been programmed to be consumers, slave to the system, get a job. You know, the entrepreneur spirit, the ability to make money outside of a job is not taught to you. It's something that I think you reach a point in life where you say, I'm tired of being tired. And that can come at any age, and you decide to recreate the manner in which you do it. I can say mine was at 12, and I hadn't even gotten started yet. It's funny. I laugh about that now, but it wasn't funny then. I can remember in the month of July walking around selling Christmas cards door to door while my girlfriends were out playing jump rope and things like that. That was the entrepreneurial spirit in me. And I rode it for a long time. But things happen. Life changes and things happen. And if you're not preparing for it, it's going to catch you off guard. And I guess my conversation right now is going into the fact of, are you doing what you need to do? Are you planning your plan to be successful, or are you not making any plans so you can fail? And are you learning how to make money off of money? That's what the big boys do. You and I both have been in credit repair, Terry. And with that comes the field of financial development. Can you share some secrets with us on, financial wealth and how you found your way into that arena?
Well, I have had some hard times. I've been through bankruptcy, not once but twice. The second time, I woke up, and I had my lessons from my grandmother, and my godfather. He passed away this year in January. He set us down with me, my brother, and his 2 children. And he was a principal, and he was only getting paid once a month. And he, at the end of his paycheck, he only had $50 to feed a family of 4.
Mm.
Okay, and he got a credit card, and he used his credit card to buy the groceries, and fuel his car. It was a little 65 Plymouth, never forget it, blue. And then when he gets paid, he paid that credit card off. Paid his rent, and the electric bill, the heavy bills out of his paycheck. And he did that for quite a few years.
Mm.
And finally, he didn't need his credit cards to live off on. So what he did was took his credit card and started investing.
Mm.
If he invested $1,000, he will pay it back the next month what he worked from. But the lesson that he taught me and my brother and my god brother and sister is that you pay your bills before ahead of time. If you only have $50 left or $20 left out of your paycheck, you have your credit cards to live off on for the rest of the month. And that sounds so crazy. But you pay the credit card before the 30 days is up, so you won't get no interest. That sounds so, because you got your limits on how much you can spend, so you can't go out here and buy expensive garment or what have you. You use your credit card for necessities. And so he built his credit that way. And by the time he retired, the man had over $1 million in his account.
And it was those little.
Yes. I got to keep going. I apologize.
It's those little bitty steps. Everybody wants the big bucks right away. But if you haven't had the experience of money management, getting the big bucks will go just as fast as you got it. That's how fast it's going to slip through your hands. And it's doing the little things that compound into the big things. Success is not overnight. Success takes years.
It took years. So but you got to look at it though. You can look at it back in the 60s and 70s, things was a lot cheaper.
But
Now,
wages were not as much either.
yeah, but things are a lot cheaper because we're making better money now, so things got more higher. So, but still, no, it's the same factor. So, what I've learned was that after I got out of my second bankruptcy, I got a credit card. Yeah, you get credit card in your bankruptcy. That's God for no. Everybody that work with wanted to borrow, buy a car and all that. I didn't do that. And I took one credit card to last me to about 5 years, and I paid
Mm.
every time I use it. I paid on it, and before you look around, my credit score was soaring. Then, then I was like in the like 730 mark. It took me a little bit over a year and a half to do it. Then
Mm.
at that time, my daughter was getting out of high school. Of course, she didn't have any credit, so she picked it back off of me.
Mm.
Her name to my credit. And before you look around, Shantae credit score was well over 700 because of me. And to this day, she's very cautious about making sure her bills are paid. She
Mm.
she rather have $20 left on her paycheck because she know mommy going to make sure she eat. She know mommy going to make sure she put gas in that car. But the point is, as long as I see her working it and doing what she's supposed to do, I will help her. Vice versa.
Right.
Sometimes I'll be short because my check pays the bulk of the bills. And there's
Mm.
sometimes like, I see I'm a Coach fanatic bag. You know that. Sometimes when I'm like, okay, I'm time for me to go buy a Coach bag. Okay, man, go buy one. I'm not using no credit card to buy it. I use cash. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
that's not a necessity. That's just something I just want. And
Right.
sometimes we as human beings we would like to get things we want to satisfy what why are we are working for.
Right.
So what I said is get back to credit. It's very important because my daughter works for a cell phone company, and she sees so many young people come up there, and they had to use prepaid because they don't have no credit or their credit is messed up.
Yeah.
And she tells a story about me and her, our relationship, that my mom got me where I'm at. I wouldn't be in 700 right now if it went for my mom.
Mm.
I would not be able to own property because of my mom.
Right.
Because I saw something in her, and my friend said, "Girl, you got to be crazy. I would put Chanty on my credit. I would put her on my bank. My daughter don't go in there, mom. Go in there into my account. If she wants $100, mom, can I have $100? Yeah, go and get it. She can go in my account and get it. She doesn't need my permission. But the fact is, she respect me that we don't. That's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa. If I want some money out of her account and I'm at a grocery store and I don't have enough in my account, I have her account. I say I want to spend it, blah 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 at the grocery store. Mom, why you calling me, bother me with that? Yeah, it's true because I call you because I respect you, and it's not my money. I didn't work for that money. You did. I'm just letting you know what I'm planning on doing, and that's how we are. But like I told you and some friends, one of the things I don't do in this household is argue about money. We will not argue about money. And you know, my son, he would like say, "I'm buying this. I want to get this. Want that? Oh, I ain't buying no game." And he checked that right there.
Go back.
Yeah.
Walgreens.
$10. Oh, $10. You
No,
smoke?
that's two packs.
Oh, okay.
Here. So you
That's
get
some
the
change.
get the right one.
So but we argue about other crazy stuff. She gets on him about him not putting washing the dishes in the dishwasher at night because he's tired. She gets on him for a little thing. But as far as money, no, we will. I refuse to argue. Money causes a lot of heartaches, and that's what it's what the old saying. The money is the root to all evil, and yes, it is. So I rather for my son and my daughter argue over the dishes, rather than argue over money. But
Mm.
it's, and yes, since my husband passed, and some months was a little hard for us to get used to not having that extra income. So that's the reason why I'm looking at doing something with Amazon as a seller. Um, and then True Radiance is my company that I do beading, and really pay attention to that and get that out there. I'll be okay, because I do not want my children when I get older to take care of me financially. Oh no, they ain't gonna happen, because my daughter one day she's gonna get married and have her own kids, and I don't want to be a burden to her or her husband. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I had to go into a 1-bedroom house, senior citizen house, that's my place. I'm not living with you. You don't tell me when to cut the lights off. You don't tell me when to get up out of my bed. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's called freedom. When I get tired of looking at you, go home to your place. Go where you pay your mortgage or your rent. Go home. Love you. Bye. So we'll see the back. I love to see the back of the heads. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my own little spot. And that's what parents have to do is,
How do you but how do you get an adult child if I'm a problem solver. I like to solve problems. And when I share with my adult children, you should go here, like if they're having trouble getting a job, maybe. And I say, well, why don't you still go do this and do this? And they don't take your advice, but they're wanting your help. How do you handle that?
Well, my formula is like this. My daughter's supposed to come in the door because she does that when she comes home from work. How I do it, like for example, what you do. If you don't have a job, that means if you don't have a job, that means you got to eat. That means you got to eat. That means whatever's in the refrigerator I put in, you're going to eat it because you're hungry. Okay? So until you get a job, then everybody wants something. Everybody wants something out of something. Well, in order for me to give you, say example, to feed you 3 meals a day and keep a roof over your head, that means you have to work it off.
Mm.
If you refuse to do that, there's the door. And I don't mind you getting out that door and be homeless. That's the kind of woman I am. It might tear me to my part, tear me to the end, but that's your choice. Because if I'm making money working from home as a business and you ain't got nothing, you got nothing but an empty hand, then get your behind on in here and let's do some work so we can make this money even grow faster.
Mm-hmm. But they don't want to do that.
Well, there's the door.
Mm-hmm.
There's the door.
Now, I'm in agreement with you on that.
There's the door. I mean, I will show you better. I have a good set. My family hate this saying for me. I'll show you better than tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I show you better than tell you. My son, who has cerebral palsy and autism, when I said you on 3rd level, everybody, my children get scattered because the crazy, that half breed gonna come out now. I'm gonna start doing some damage. And what I mean is I make life hard for you. And my daughter loves comfort. She loves comfort. She does not want that comfort to be disturbed. And mommy, at a blink of an hour, I will make you so uncomfortable. My son knows that too. So I mean, the boxes in my living room right now. I'll give you an example. It's overwhelming my kids right now. It's getting on their nerves. Okay.
What is?
Those boxes sitting in my living room of my orders. They're getting on their nerves. They're so anxious. That look, Mom, we gotta get my son. When I came in to get my manicure today, I come to do it. First thing he said, Mommy, tomorrow morning we're gonna get up. We are going to do whatever we got to do. These boxes, put them in your truck. I want them out of this living room. It's getting me sick. I can't stand it. And then is UPS is open tomorrow, Mom? No, this is not on Sunday. Well, first thing Monday after my walk, we're going to drop these boxes off because this is getting on my nerves. Oh, okay, we could do that. And you don't have to pay me, Mom, because you already paid me. Yes, I did I, son? You got earphones in your ear. Yes, I did pay you. He said, now, after this, then we work on another deal. This is Big Sean. I didn't say a word to him. But I laid them boxes right in their way. I know eventually they're going to get on both of them nerves because they're not used to seeing their living room that cluttered. So they're gonna expedite them boxes in that truck on Monday after whatever. Them boxes be gone. And I ain't got to lift a finger. You see what I'm saying? My daughter, when she's getting out of it, I paid for her nails the other day. She left her card at home, and in another purse, she changed purse. So I paid for her nails to get done. That's $50 she owes me. Instead of getting me in cash, she's going to do something for the Amazon business. I ain't got to worry about it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Mommy, you look, you and Miss Deborah, y'all sit on the phone and talk all day. Mom, stay upstairs. Me and Big Sean got this. We put the labels on the box. We got this. You stay on upstairs, out of our way. That's what I want to hear. How many times you hear me tell Shane to bring me a cup of coffee?
I'm having trouble hearing you.
How many times you hear me ask my daughter to bring me a cup of coffee?
I think y'all went back and forth about 3 or 4 times.
When she was cleaning the kitchen, the Big Sean didn't do the kitchen last night. I didn't know that. But she brought that coffee though. She brought me my toast too. Because she doesn't want me down. My children don't want me downstairs because they're afraid I may fall. They don't want me downstairs. Mom, we got this. You see what I'm saying? I am capable, Deborah, to go downstairs. It'll take me a little longer to get my coffee, to get my toast myself. But since, hey, you don't want me to do it, I sit up here. But when I get tired of the waiting on thing, I said, get out of my way. Well, Mama, don't tell me what I can't do. Get out of my way. I'm gone. You see what I'm saying? I let them know, hey, Mama don't need you. You doing this because you want to do it. But you doing this because you getting something out of a deal. You getting something out of the deal. I have no problem with that. I have no problem paying her for a nails the other day because I know what she's going to do so I wouldn't have to do it. Right. And that's what you have to do with your children. Give them what you want. Okay, you ain't got a job. You got no. You don't have no food. If you smoke cigarette, you have no cigarette. Well, guess what? You see them boxes over there? Okay. You see this here? You can do computer. I want you to go to Notepad and put the listing in, and let me see what you do a little later. Oh, Mom, I don't want to do it. No problem. Oh, Mom, my stomach hurt. I'm hungry. That's your issue. Mom, can I have a cigarette? No, you cannot. If you want to work, if you want food, if you want a little extra, little spinning change, this is what you're gonna do. If you don't, I'm not gonna ask but one time. And and when I ask one time and you don't do it, then you force me to the third level. The third level is I see the back of your head going out my door.
Mm-hmm.
And I will show you better than tell you. And you don't have to see, the thing about it is you don't have to sit there and plead with no kids. You don't have to sit there and have a lot of conversation over and over. No. We went back and forth 3 or 4 times this morning because I didn't know the situation about the kitchen area. I didn't know the situation that he didn't bring the garbage can in. Okay? And if I went downstairs and saw that, I would went off. And that starts my son, and then here come the medication. So my daughter did the smart thing, kept me upstairs. Because I'm not, like I told him, I didn't raise you up get up in the morning, dirty dishes, and I'll be doggone, thank God I didn't go down there this morning, because you put the dog out for me, because so I wouldn't see the kitchen. Mm-hmm. And so, like I said before, too much talking can be tiring. You get it in first level, second level, and third level, you a crazy woman. And you gonna argue with you're not gonna sit here and argue with no child. Shantae loves to argue. She likes to debate. That's her thing. She loves to debate. I don't debate with her. I don't debate or argue with her but for a very short time. Mommy, you really got me upset. You this. I did. Well, mommy, it's not funny, really. This is how I talk to her. That's my argument with her. I don't just go on in the conversation. I did? Really? Wow. What you gonna do about it? You know I can't do nothing about it. Okay. So why are we talking about something you can't do? And then she forget what she argued me about because I answered her question. I did? Wow. That will drive her crazy because she is a debater. I'm not like her father. Father will sit there and debate with her all day. I cannot do it because my temper should be on the floor. So I don't debate Shantae. I can debate everybody else, but I cannot debate my daughter. Because she will say something and forget I'm her mother, she'll be flying on that floor. And so for me to go that route with her, I say short words. I did? Really? Wow. What you gonna do about it? And that's it. But like I said, we have to find our own way with our children and stand up and let them know I'm the mother, you're the child. I don't care, you're 60 years old, you're still a child. This is what's going to happen. Yeah. Don't like what I'm saying. I love to see the back of your heads, and I'm in love. My daughter looked at me crazy one night, and my husband was in the living room cracking up. Shantae got up beside herself that night. I'll never forget it. And so because I told her I don't mind picking you up from work, but you got to come out. You can't have me sit in the car for 45 minutes to an hour. I could stay at home. And she did it 1 time, 2 times, 3, up to 10 times. So the 10th time she came out, I wasn't there. She called home. The father said, your mom left an hour ago. My husband knew where I was. I was around the corner, talking to the security guy, right around in the trucks, at the mall. I was having a conversation with him. And my husband buzzed me. He said, your daughter's calling. And when Shady called me, I wouldn't fucking pick up. She sat at the bus stoop for an hour and a half. Cold. It was cold that night. I got there at 9 o'clock. At 9:45, she didn't come out. So I went around the corner and talked to the security guard. And we had a long conversation. It was an hour and a half. and it was
Mm.
it was cold out there, girl, cold. And when I saw the New Jersey Transit bus pick her up, I took the back way and went home and parked my car and sat in my living room. I was sat in the living room with my husband, and we were drinking coffee, laughing. She came in the door. She was cold and angry. And she said, "Where were you?" Oh, sitting here having a conversation with my husband. How was your day, darling? Mom, it was cold. And what you telling me? And you supposed to be out of that mall at a specific time, not to stop talking to your girlfriends and your friends at the mall. So therefore, your girlfriend and your friends got in their vehicle and went the hell home, and you stuck at the bus stop. So I told my husband next day, let's go get her a car. We got her a car. She paid for it. Okay. The car was never in her name. It was in my name. Okay. She going to work now, driving to work, happens a lot, blah, 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 blah. But I told her two things I will not do. I will not pay for a tire flat, and I will not put gas in your truck, in your car.
Why not? What made you set those parameters up?
Because she's working.
Okay.
She has responsibility of a car note.
Mm-hmm.
She has responsibility of car insurance. She has responsibility of gas, oil change, and tire change. It's a brand new car. Come on. And she had to put no money down, nothing. The car, she went in, picked the car she wanted at the dealership. We gave her the keys. We didn't sign the papers yet. And she went on off to work. Okay? And when she got home, we told her what her payments were going to be a month. This her insurance going to be. We budgeted how much her gas should be according to her paycheck. That's why we got a little 4-cylinder. And the day I put gas in your vehicle is the day I'm taking my vehicle back. Okay?
Yeah.
And she ain't never asked for no gas. Since 2004, she got her first car and never asked for gas to this day. So, fast forward, my mom gave me a brand new car. I gave it to her. I gave her car to her father because he was working almost 2 hours away from home. It's cheaper on gas when the gas price was crazy. Okay? And again, she got to pay nothing but insurance. All change and tires. One night, Deborah, I will never forget it. I was sitting in the kitchen, and I was just coming in from, I did mortgages at that time. I was just coming in after a closing. I was tired. And she come down, she came in the door, and she said, and also there was restriction where she can go with my car, okay? I did it for a reason. And the reason is because you cannot drive nobody in your car with your brother. Number two, you cannot take the car to Philly, New York, wherever you want to go. The car will only go in the use of facility. Once I find it's not there, you lose privilege of the car. Shantae wasn't the greatest driver in the world. I don't drive in New York unless I'm getting paid.
Unless what?
I don't drive into New York unless I'm getting paid. I was driving buses at the time. I was getting paid. You cannot pay me to drive to New York. I love my car and truck too much.
Why is that?
Shoot, girl, you ever drove in New York? You lucky you come out without a bang on your car or lose it.
Really?
Yes, it's too expensive to park.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it definitely is too expensive to park.
It's too expensive, and way people hit your cars and keep on moving, or either get a stolen one. It's better to get on a train to New York and then get a cab. Now they got what you call the new not cabs, but the other one I can't think of Ubers, Or you go on the subway, and I refuse to do subways. I will not do a subway. Ever. No, ma'am. Mm-mm.
I thought
No,
New York was famous for the subway life.
no, ma'am. No, ma'am. It smells, and it's like we get thrown off on the track.
Thrown off the track.
Sure, just threw your ass off the track. I'm supposed to die off them tracks.
Mm.
No, and you never know. You got some fool inside. They want to decide he want to do a bomb scare. All those people, how the hell are we gonna get out of there underground? No,
Yeah.
I stay up above the ground. I paid a little few more dollars for a cab. Get me where I gotta go. I really don't. I really not. I drive to Philly, but I'm not crazy about Philly because Philly don't have no respect for life.
What do you
But
mean by that?
Philly people run over top of you, girl.
Oh, okay.
Watch out four different ways and drive yourself too. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Philly is not as bad as Philly is not as bad as New York. New York is the worst, and LA is worse. Those two are the worst highway to drive on. And I've driven in New York so many times, but I mean in Manhattan and in Brooklyn and in Staten Island, Long Island. I drove all over Bronx. I drove all over, but I don't care for it. Washington can be a little hectic. At a certain time when I go to Virginia, a certain time of day, I have to get through Washington. If I find myself leaving here after 9:01, I can forget it. So
Wow.
I try to give a certain time to avoid that traffic. That was especially that rush hour traffic.
Right.
Because people are not thinking. They're thinking about one thing, getting to that job. And they don't think if they get to that job, they might not live to see that job.
Right.
Yeah. So I taught her these things. So she came in the house that night. And she and her girlfriend decided they want to go to a club in Philly. I said, well, that's nice. Uh-huh. And she was going to drive the Cavalier. I said, you don't lost your mind. She said, I'm grown. I pay the notes on the car, but the insurance is in my name. Remember that, okay? You got nothing in your name but mine. I said, you're not driving that car. And you do drive that car. I'll pick the phone up and I call the cops and you stole my car. And you want to be embarrassed? Or you want to make another way to get to Philly? But not in that 2004 out there, you won't. And she looked at her father. Well, Daddy, I'm grown. I'm 24 years old. I should be. He said, you're not grown. When you are grown, when you can get up and drive like your mother without any mistakes, then you are a good driver. And until then, no. Because Chate has a tendency of driving and talking and looking at you instead of looking at the road.
Mm-hmm.
Now she gets on the major highways now. She flies like an expert now. And she just said, she did something not too long ago. I am so glad that you and Daddy were so tight on my driving skills because you forced me to be a better driver.
Mm-hmm.
I could have killed somebody the way I was driving. Yes, you could. But you know, I had reams on her. You know, I had reams on, even though she was paying. Doesn't matter. The car was in my name. The white car out there now is in my name. I had reams on her because I'm showing her that driving is a luxury, not a have to have. So therefore, you demonstrated to me what she had of taking responsibility of your vehicle, and about me, you tell me the after fact. I'm cool, and that's what I refuse to forget. I would if the car is in front of my truck, if I got somewhere to go, If she's upstairs, I take the truck to work. I take the car and go. I don't put no gas in that car. I go wherever I gotta go. So if I have somewhere to go in the morning, I tell her, I say I gotta go blah 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 in the morning. I'm tired. Not a problem, daughter. I got my keys. Go and get in the car and go on about my business. I don't wait for nobody.
Wow.
And you better have half a tank of gas in that car. I don't care what time of day, you better have a half a tank of gas in that car. So that means you go from full to half. When it gets to half, that means you better put some gas in it. Because mama gets in it and finds there's no gas in that car, it's going to be a problem. That's it. It's going to be a problem.
Wow.
See, that's the restrictions I put on her.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody knows I keep a full tank of gas. If it don't be full, it'd be like they want not for full. Very rare.
Right.
Very rare we get to a half a tank. I put gas in my truck like once a month. And I got 6 of them. Because I don't go nowhere that much, unless the place I have to go. But when she drives my truck, she's happy as Goldilocks. When she drives my truck, oh, she thinks she's doing it. And then I said, don't forget to stop at the gas station. Don't forget to stop at the gas station, daughter. You going up to New Brunswick? Okay. Don't forget to stop at the gas station. Get your gas up there. The other day, she and her co-workers left and went up to this place called Ramen Noodles, and she had my truck because I had her car that morning, and I didn't get back in time. And when she brought the truck back, it was on fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. It was on fulfillment. I put $25 worth of gas in your car. That's nice. You used it, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Then when she goes,
Here, you know what? I am getting sleepy.
It's 10:24. I was hoping to get to 30. 6 more minutes be 10:30.
Yeah, let's just go to that because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, what is wrong with me? I'm having the hardest time staying awake. You know, it's that time of the year that I struggle with this fibromyalgia.
Who's that?
This is
Frederick.
Yeah. Is he in the hangout?
It's a video call from Frederick with Deborah.
Yeah, no. It didn't come on my phone.
It come on my phone.
It came. Well, is he in the room?
I don't see nobody.
I don't either. All he has to do is come into the room. Let me send him an invite again.
Okay.
Let's see if, because I think what it is.
Scott, Gregory, Sam, Diane, Lucky, Jody, and Rachel.
Where are they at?
Came on my cell phone.
Came on your cell phone?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to the event page where, okay, here. Let me see if this will work.
Hi, Frederick.
There he is. There he is.
Hello there. How are you?
Hello. How you doing?
I was trying to keep this woman awake till you got here. I'm tired of talking now.
And I just told her I am starting to feel sleepy.
Yeah.
Been a hard day.
We're gonna try to last a little bit longer, Deborah.
Okay.
So Frederick, so what's going on?
Oh, a lot of. I've been running around. God, it seems like things don't get done.
I can't hardly hear you muffly.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can move my microphone closer. Oh, where the wire at? Okay. Oh, it's over there. I've been running around trying to get a lot of things done, but it seems like nothing gets done.
Well, I had an experience this week where I couldn't get nothing done. Everywhere to where I went, it said a no to me,
Yeah.
and so I said, okay, time to give up. I said tomorrow will be a better day, and I woke up that morning and said, okay, y'all gonna say something. I'm gonna get some yeses today. I don't want to hear nothing. And then I said, and when the young lady told me, it was really about my cell phone. And I had to turn my phone back in 5 times. Just bought it in February, and
Wow.
I paid cash for the phone. Okay, it was a Note 4.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 times. And when I talked to that lady on Monday, she want to do a reassessment on my phone. I said, you're not doing nothing. This phone just was sent to me 2 weeks ago, and I think I should get a brand new phone, an upgrade. No, we can't do that. Why not? You got to pay for the phone. I said, I just did, and I'm not getting anything. So that's when I said it's time for me to shut down. The next day, the guy said, "Well, you had the phone for 8 months." No, hold it, sweetie. Let's get the grammar right. I had a Note 4 since February, but not this Note 4.
Right.
So I didn't have this phone for 8 months. I only had it for 2 weeks. So all the phones I have does not say I had the phone for 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's get the story straight now. Let's don't try to, because I'm an older woman and I don't know what I'm talking about. You're a young guy, because I'll put you on. I'm gonna put you back on intelligent, because you're acting very stupid right now. So let's go intelligent. This is what you're going to do for me.
Girl.
So I got to the vice president of my cell phone company.
Wow.
The young lady said to me, "You cannot talk to him." Very arrogant. Okay.
Why'd you do that?
Because the young lady I called slipped me his name and his voicemail, and I left a very long, detailed voicemail. I said, okay, and she was very adamant. So I called back about half an hour later, got her again, the operator. I said, "Ma'am, we're gonna have 2 problems today, and I'm gonna tell you which one they are. Okay? You get me to speak to the president of this company or his associate, somebody higher than the peons I got down here. They can help me. Or I will have a nice conversation in Washington with the FTC. I can get to them a lot faster than I get to that ragged ass president you got. So now this is how we're going to do this. What is it going to be?" I got his assistant. Gave me anything I wanted. When I got done with him, got what I needed. I got a brand new Note 5 sitting here on my desk.
Wow.
I wasn't playing. As if I have to go through this, oh no. I have to have a conversation with FTC. We're going to have a good time.
Mm.
We're going to have a good time with y'all.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You been ghost? Where you been?
Yeah, where you been?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my family has this annual golf trip. It's a men's golf trip that takes place every October.
Oh, okay.
So it's supposed to go this Saturday, but I don't have the funds to do what I need to do. So a weekend ago, I attempted to have a yard sale to raise some funds. It was a massive yard sale. I needed a week to prepare for it, which I took, and I did all of this work, and the yard sale did not work out.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it happens. But more importantly, I've been in a funk, and I haven't. I guess one of the reasons why is because I haven't been writing at all. I haven't written maybe in the last month and a half, and that over time depresses me because it's something that I really want to do. But it's very hard to do that when I'm writing about relationships and I'm having difficulty in the relationships that I'm in. So I'm not in a good environment to do the things that I really want to do. So I haven't been able to feel progressive with the things that I have been working on.
Uh,
So I haven't really been online and been active doing anything because emotionally I haven't felt being connected, online was going to be positive for me. So I just haven't really been online doing much of anything.
mm. Well, I'm
But
sorry to hear that your relationship's not working out.
yeah, well, the roller coaster stuff is, it's very hard. And, I do have one friend that's up in New York, and, mentally we're kind of on the same page.
Oh,
And I get phone calls from her. Well, recently, me explaining to her what I was going through increased her calling. So she started calling more often, which has been really nice. But, the situations that I'm in daily are the situations that are causing me to have emotional difficulties.
mm.
So I can't, I don't know if you guys experienced this in your lifetime, but younger days, I used to be a hustler, and not just for money. I used to be a hustler in my relationships as well. Whatever needed to be done, I was ready to do it. I'm creative. I'm a carpenter. I'm an auto mechanic, and I think outside the box. And I'm the guy that has an idea, and I make things happen. And I've employed these same abilities within my relationships, but it takes two in a relationship, and I find that as I get older, I start to notice more often that others are doing less work to no work.
Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier.
Yeah. So I'm the agitation, first it starts with the agitation, and you make all your requests, and you try to find out if they need assistance with doing better and what you can do to help them do better. And then even when you give into that situation, which is giving more of yourself to try to get them to come alive, they
Mm-hmm.
still are non-responsive. Then that leaves you in a desperate situation. Not desperate meaning you're going to do anything or whatever. It's a loss of ideas of what to do.
Yeah.
So let me tell you about this panic attack I had one day. Or let me shut my door first. 2 seconds.
Darn, that's what Maria just went through. What is going on in the world?
What?
Maria just was rushed to the hospital with a panic attack.
Right? So my wife has had panic attacks for years, so I'm familiar with what they look like. But
Mm-hmm.
she being an emotional being, she could never really describe to me what was going on during her attack except how she felt. So, a physical feeling is different than just talking about what your experience is and putting it in a format where someone else can understand it that cannot feel the feelings that you're feeling. But I had never experienced one. One night I go to sleep like I regularly do. I don't sleep a lot. It's not because, I'm tossing and turning. It's because I don't require a lot. I usually wake up between 4, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, somewhere like that in the morning, every morning. So I wake up this morning at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I open my eyes, and I'm thinking it's 4 or 5 o'clock because my body wakes up by itself. I don't use alarm clocks.
Mm-hmm.
And I open my eyes and I look around, and all of a sudden I'm afraid. Now, I'm not the type of guy to be afraid of much. And when I'm fearful of something, I do not run. I run towards it. I solve problems. I make things okay. I use my fear as a tool to help me learn more about whatever it is that is upon me. So I wake up and it's dark. And all of a sudden, I'm afraid. So that's the first thing I felt, was that I was afraid. I was afraid to be in the dark. So I got up out of the bed and I turned the light on. And then all of a sudden, I was fearful that everything was always going to be bad. And I thought, like, normally, me being a computer person like I am, I kind of associate the way I use my mind, the way computers work. And I process thoughts, I process ideas, I process things. And when the fear of my life being in chaos came right after the dark, being afraid of the dark, it's like it bombarded my thoughts, and then I could not think another thought outside of being fearful. So I was afraid now that, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to resolve any other problem. I'm always going to live in this state of chaos and things are out of control. And then all of a sudden it went to a phase that I cannot explain any other way but to say that you're never going to be able to use your mind the way that you've used it in the past. So I was afraid. I was afraid of the dark. I heard a noise outside. I was afraid of outside. Then I started to feel fear that everything was going to always be like this, which was out of my control. I began to cry, so I went downstairs. I turned the TV on to try to think about something else to take my mind off of being afraid, and then I became afraid of the television. So I turned the television off and I sat there in the silence, and all these fears of any and everything. Now, there are a couple of things that I'm actually fearful of, like tight spaces or being trapped into a tight space. But those are not the things that were making me afraid in this moment. So then my body starts to, I'm breathing heavy and I'm crying. Tears are coming out of my eyes, and I'm trying desperately to try to control my thoughts. Like, you're not afraid of dark. Stop thinking about that. And I could not stop thinking about any and everything and just being afraid of it. So then I remembered that during these attacks, my wife would lay on the floor. So I went ahead and laid on my back on the floor, and I was trying to control my breathing, and I was trying to think about something else, anything else outside of, oh, you're afraid, and it's going to go. You're going to be trapped in this mindset for the rest of your life. And I went through that situation for about an hour and a half, and finally it dissipated, and then I was able to calm down. And even right before it did, what happened is my crying was uncontrollable. It would start, and then it would stop, and then it would start again, then it would stop, and then when I thought it was over, it would start again. So I went through a couple of phases within that hour and a half of that, and then it just disappeared.
Wow.
That's the first time and the only time that has ever happened to me. I'm really not a person that lives in depression, and I noticed throughout my life that things that happen to people on a daily basis could cause them to go into depression. And that wasn't me when I didn't get the job, or I didn't make the money, or I couldn't go on the trip, or anything that didn't go my way. I did not go into depression. What was happening with me is maybe every 3 or 4 months, I would start to feel sad about a thing, and then I would have like 2 or 3 days that for some reason because I started to be sad about one thing, I would just incorporate all the things that have happened in the last couple of months, and I'll spend like 2 or 3 days and just really focus on those things and be kind of sad. Not that I caused other people, in my opinion, any grief while I was going through depression. Some people go through depression, and then because they're depressed, they have to make their surroundings and everyone else around them upset or agitated or try to get them to be depressed as well. I kind of just go into a shell and be kind of quiet. But once the 3 days pass, I pop right back and I'm on the groove again.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay. Deborah, we live?
Yeah.
Can we shut it down now?
Yeah.
I'm something. I don't